Hello, hello. Good afternoon, continuous liners. Hi, it's Meagan checking in with you on Wednesday, December 6th. It's hard to believe it's only the 6th day of this drawing challenge, and it feels like it's been 60 days. Am I right? Are you with me? You hear what I'm saying? That is kind of the good, bad thing of drawing challenges, that, especially month-long ones, right? When I first started drawing, I did a whole year drawing challenge. I challenged myself. I created this whole drawing challenge, and for 1 year, except for one day when I only missed one day, and I had a pretty good excuse that I don't even remember what it is now. But anyways, a year-long drawing challenge, daily drawing challenge, completely changed my life. Month-long drawing challenges are life-changing as well, and it does make the month seem to last forever, right? Not really. We haven't even been doing this a week, but I don't know about you guys, but I can absolutely sense an improvement in my lines, right? From my first day's coffee cup to yesterday's coffee cup, and I'm trying to do things a little like I'm not just doing a coffee cup by itself. Well, I never really did that except in warm-ups, right? But I'm seeing it and I'm feeling it that my lines are stronger, and I don't know about you, but that is such a good feeling when I can see that my lines have gotten stronger, right? Do I have it written on this thing? I had to make a new little book, so no, I don't think I have it on here. But the reason why I do continuous line practice is there's 3 benefits to it. 3 benefits. The first one is it helps me push through my drawing fears. I just go, oh, I don't care that I don't know how to draw this doorway. I'm just going to draw it anyways because I want to draw that cake that's on the counter in there. There isn't a cake. But so I just get through drawing this door and don't really care about it, right? So that's pushing through my drawing fears. Number 2 is I comprehend greater, composition, right? Because composition can be tricky. Like say for example, I am right here at this table, and from the table there's a Christmas tree, right? So the progression of composition here, I'm just going to turn this around, right? Like you can draw, let's see, can you see that? You can go from drawing this candle to the table, to the Christmas tree, to the ornaments, to the columns, to the people, to the plants, and then back here to the table, right? I don't know exactly if you could see that, but if you could, bravo. And it just, as you do continuous line, it helps us build greater composition skills, right? And then the third one, because you've done the first 2, you've pushed through your drawing fears, and you've comprehended composition, the third thing is it helps build confidence because you've just done all that, right? You've just push through some drawing fears and you understand composition a little bit better, that maybe you can do something a little bit more than just the coffee cup. Maybe you can do your hand, maybe you can do your head. I know a number of you are doing selfies, and I just want to say bravo, bravo, bravo. It's certainly not a requirement. It's just that I know that some people are pushing themselves, right? Wherever you're at, own it, right? If you're just doing this challenge for the first time and you're having fun doing your coffee cups, stay with it, right? Stay with it, because it's a super beautiful thing. It is truly a beautiful thing. People from the outside might look at this and say, well, that's kind of silly, just a coffee cup, right? Especially if you come from the world of urban sketching where you just do a whole street scene, right? There is something to be said about drawing a coffee cup every day, just like there's something to be said for drawing a selfie every day. I have certainly noticed let's see, do I have, yeah. This is the first selfie I did, the first coffee selfie, not my first selfie in the world, right? So here it is, early Saturday morning. It's cute. I like it. I'm not knocking it. And I did that with one line, right? And then I'm also using a watercolor book, right? And then yesterday's, I always talked about, just have one sketchbook, right? Nah, I don't. I have many, right? So this is yesterday's coffee selfie, right? So this is, and I'm not even saying it's an improvement, it's just a deepening of the practice, because I'm not saying that this is bad and this is a better goal. I'm just saying that, like, this was my first attempt, which I love, super fun, super duper fun. And then this was yesterday's, right? I'm getting a little bit more polished in my technique, a little bit more polished in my lines, right? But that doesn't mean tomorrow I'm not going to have the worst drawing in the world, right? Like, it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, right? So if like you're going along and things are going well, and then all of a sudden you have a bad day, just know that that's just the name of the game. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the coffee cup shatters. You know, I am not only an artist, but I also have an art business, and you know, I have workshops, and I create events. I create opportunities for sketchers to get involved, right, and be a part of a community. I like it for myself, and I like to create it for others, right, because I think it's super important to have online community. And so while I'm talking about this, I'm going to do some line warm-ups. That's my logo. Drawing continuous line helps connect my heart, my eye, and my crown chakra. Or my tacos, or my hands, right? Oh, this, yeah. So I'm going to just do some line warm-ups as I'm Actually, I'm going to take my jacket off, too. It's starting to warm up a little bit. Where's my beautiful latte? I don't usually drink lattes midday, but this place, I've been here a few times. It's kind of an Alice in Wonderland place. It's an old Victorian house that's really, I mean, everything in Guanajuato is whimsical and funny, and, well, not funny, haha, but just funny. Funny, that's funny. Well, isn't that funny? Oh, that's so funny. And it's very whimsical, right? And even their lattes are whimsical, too. So anyways, I'm going to start doing my line warm-ups, and I invite you to do yours as well. Let's see. Oh, you know what I'm going to do this time? I'm going to start right here in the middle. And just it's called the paper clip. See that? It's a paper clip, and I just build it. I let it grow on the page. It's kind of a squared off paper clip. So anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about doing art as a hobby, and then maybe some of us have taken it into a business. I don't always recommend that. I don't really suggest that, especially if you have a delicate sense of self-esteem, right? And Lord knows I have one. What am I doing? Trying to be in the art business, right? I mean, we all got to do something, right? And so, you know, I roll out workshops, and I create opportunities. I create events. I started out I still am the admin of the Urban Sketchers in San Miguel de Allende, and that was easy to do because there was like a whole community that already existing that were already gathering to sketch and just wanted a little bit more consistency, right? So that was easy, and then it just grew from there. But as Art Leap Adventures, as Meagan Burns, I've rolled out workshops that nobody has signed up for, right? Nobody even questioned, nobody even sent an email about it, nobody even liked. And that takes I take a little knock from that. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is somebody sent me a message this morning saying, how do you fill your workshops? Because I always get cancellations and right on the day of. And boy, I know what that's like. And I also know what it's like to not have anyone show up at all, right? Not even say they're not coming. I've had workshops where I just sat there by myself and nobody showed up. And so it's not easy, right, when nobody shows up, because it's hard not to take that stuff personally. Right? It's hard not to take that personally. And, moving here to Guanajuato I would roll out events in Mexico City and I would get zero response, to the point where I just stopped doing it. And so right now I've rolled out a drink and draw event here in Guanajuato. And, it's a little nerve-wracking just because I don't know a lot of people here. I don't really have many friends here. And I've met some acquaintances. But so to put something out there where, please come to oh, look at this, how beautiful. Gracias. Okay, look at this little latte setup here. Isn't that adorable? It's very Alice in Wonderland-y. Yeah, so I put out a drink and draw event here in Guanajuato. Now, I did partner with a business who they seem to have a bit of a enthusiastic following, so we'll see. But you know, having an art business and trying to organize art events is not for the faint of heart. It's not, you know, some people have said I make it look so easy. Well, I don't share my heartaches with you, right? Imagine if I did. Imagine if I said oh my God, you know what happened to me today? That would be a bummer, right? So these are the reasons, because we all of us get bad news and have to deal with things, right? I had 2 anti-vaxxers try to come to my workshop, and then when I suggest, I didn't know they were anti-vaxxers to the degree that they are. When I suggested everyone just take care, get your boosters if you need to, they got so offended they canceled, and they wanted 100% of their refund, and then they tried to sue me, and one of them won their money, right? So stay away from those anti-vaxxers, especially the ones in Eugene, Oregon, because they are nothing but trouble. And, you know, that's frustrating, right? I'm a small business owner. I'm trying to keep myself afloat here, and some days are really, really, really scary. So you know how I tend to these worries? I draw. I look at the news and I see what's happening. I see America sliding towards fascism. And I go, oh my God. So what do? I draw. It's a way for me just to kind of step out of the worry. And, you know, I'm sure it's safe to say everyone at this point has troubles, has worries. To what degree it plays out in the everyday is, you know, that's relative. Everyone has troubles. We're all trying to, keep our heads afloat. And, you know, there's methods, there's ways to do that, whether, you know, I used to do a lot of bike riding. I can't do that here in Guanajuato, so I'm doing more walking, right? But it's all very hilly, so I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I doing here? But drawing is a way that I get through the heebie-jeebies of life, right? Because I'm concerned, am I going to be able to keep this ship afloat? Am I going to be able to keep doing this? You know, now in the grand scheme of things, I'm pretty delighted. I'm pretty delighted that I'm able to do the thing that I love, right? Which is drawing, which is making art, which is building an art community, right? I love doing art workshops too, but the world is a little bit of a different place, right? So there's a lot more hurdles to jump over, right? So with all that worry and fret that is a part of my day, and I'm guessing, I would only imagine it's a part of everyone's day, you got to find ways to get through it, right? Ways to be able to sleep at night. Because if you don't sleep at night, if you don't do things to help you think more clearly, the chaos just gets louder, and the worry and the concern and the fears get louder, right? So I am a huge believer in a daily drawing practice to help me keep the heebie-jeebies at bay, right? I mean, you can't eliminate. Well, I suppose some people can't. Let me have a sip of this. Ooh, it's hot. Oh my goodness, it's very hot. It's good though, delicious. Salud, salud. Happy, what is today? Wednesday. It's hump day, right? Happy hump day. So, this is why I have a drawing practice, right? It's how I've come to calm myself. It's how I settle myself, right? I have been told such things as I'm not qualified to teach sketching or do workshops, yet it's something I do, right? I mean, we all have something like that, right? The world tells us, especially when you're pursuing your dreams of let's just say you're pursuing your dreams of making art, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be like, oh, what's that? Oh, you missed you forgot to draw the leg, right? Or whatever it is. Or you forgot to draw that chicken's head. Whatever it is. There's always going to be someone. Like, in growing up, it feels like everyone has an art trauma story. Everyone has a reason why they abandoned art. Even if they didn't abandon art, everyone, I would say almost 99.9% of the people have trauma around making art, because it's just looked at like, even my mom was an artist and she was like, oh, how nice you have time to make art, right? Oh, how nice. Because in my mom's mind, you had to do all the chores. You had to like serve everyone. You had to wait on the men. You had to like wait on the men. You had to like take care of everyone. And then if you had a morsel of time at the end of the day, you weren't so exhausted and collapsing into bed, then you could make your art, right? So that oftentimes there's that sort of that old school notion of like, I don't have time to make art, right? I don't have the luxury of making art. Hey, did you ever see the movie Spinal Tap? Because I have that Michael McKean's hair. It just occurred to me that I have Michael McKean's hair from This Is Spinal Tap. And I'm not knocking it. I'm proud to have that rock and roll hairstyle, right? Anyways, so, making art, there's a lot of emotions around making art, right? Like every time I put out an event or a workshop, if people don't sign up, I have to like really make sure I don't take it too personally, right? I had 2 workshops that nobody signed up for. Sayulita, a beach excursion, and one to Mexico City. Had to take them off the calendar. Not one person even inquired, right? And these are super awesome workshops that, like, for the life of me, I can't understand why people aren't signing up for them, because it's cheaper than Europe, it's cheaper than the United States, cheaper than Asia, and it's super cool. I've designed all these great, cool activities around sketching, and nobody signed up, right? So I just have to like say, okay, it's not me. It's how things go, right? Some people are afraid to come to Mexico, right? I get it. I mean, I don't get that, but I get that some people are afraid to come to Mexico. It's a fearful world, and there's a lot of fearful messages that get reinforced, right? Whether true or not. I mean, there's a lot of misinformation out there that, probably more than likely is skewing all our worlds, right? Like when you read something about politics, how do you know that that's true? When you read something about war, how do you know that that's really happening, right? Like it's very hard to know what's true and what's not these days. Damn it, I need a sip of my coffee. Oh my goodness, isn't that delicious? So, it's very strong. Delicious. So when you're doing the coffee sketch 2023, and you wake up and you go, oh my God, I can't draw another coffee cup. I am completely spent. I have no more new ideas. There's nothing more for me to do with this coffee cup. Push through that. Really, I get those same feelings, right? I get those same, like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Or I'm exhausted. How am I going to? And it's a weird exhaustion, right? It's not like you've just ran a marathon exhaustion. It's like a creativity exhaustion. And I'm not trying to speak for you. Oh, this woman just dropped all her groceries. Okay, she's got it all. It's not that I'm not helping her, but a number of people helped her, and so it wouldn't make sense for me to abandon my live stream and help this woman. She's got it all together now. It's like Christmas cookies and Doritos, and they all went all over the floor. The sidewalk, not the floor. Anyways, but a number of people came to her rescue, so that's nice to see. It's a very heavy bag that she's trying to maneuver, though. There she goes. All right, so what am I saying? Oh, push through the fear. Push through the fear. Push through the fear. Push through the fear. And then say to yourself, go easy on myself, go easy on others. If I think I don't know what I'm doing, all right, so be it. If I'm out of ideas, so be it. Just push through it, right? That person was mean to me at the checkout place. well, you know what, maybe they have lots of troubles, right? So I'm just going to go easy. I'm just going to try to have a little grace for that person. Honestly, it's easy to have grace for someone who just, maybe was a little rude at the cash register, or someone, there are certain situations where it's a little bit easier to have grace for someone. It's the situation like somebody who has financial resources suing me for their own beliefs, right? Like coming after somebody who they have no business coming after, right? It's hard to have grace for someone who really, in my mind, doesn't deserve it, right? Like Donald Trump is another one. He doesn't deserve it, right? But how can I test myself? How can I push myself? How can I ask myself to have grace for someone who, honestly, I don't feel like they deserve it, but really all people deserve it, right? All people need to be offered the hand of grace, right? Man, that sucks too, right? Because I don't really want to have grace for the person who I think has wronged me. I don't want to, have grace for someone who has arrogant and ignorant beliefs, right? But you know what? That's their shortcoming, that they have become radicalized, right? So there's a lot of people who have become radicalized, right? And we can't write them all off. You got to have you got to go easy on them and go easy on others, right? So that's my message. So go easy on yourself, go easy on others, right? I'm going to go easy on myself because my feelings have been hurt a little bit lately, but so what, right? I think everyone has that situation going on. And so I'm going to finish big with a heart. And as a reminder to go easy on myself and go easy on others. When you feel like you're out of ideas, just keep pushing yourself. Keep pushing yourself, and it will come. It will come. We're on day 6 of the coffee sketch, and it can probably feel pretty good for a lot of people. Like, oh, this is fun, this is easy. Wait till day 21, and then you're like, oh my God, you know what? I'm just going to. And what if I draw the same thing 2 days in a row? Totally fine, because it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. It is going to have your line strokes, especially if you're doing it. You don't have to do a continuous line, but if you are doing a continuous line, even if you're just drawing freehand, it's not going to be the same drawing. It is not going to be the same drawing. It's going to be different. Your energy is going to be different. Your choice of colors, if you're using colors, are going to be different. Your choice of crayons are going to be different. Or whatever you're using, right? And some people are using crayons, and I want to say bravo, because this is not a watercolor challenge. It's really more, I'm calling it a drawing challenge, but that doesn't mean you can't do direct watercolor, because there's drawing, even when you do direct watercolor, you're just drawing with your brush, right? Let me have a sip of, does anyone know what time it is? Yeah, that's delicious. I think that's even stronger than the coffee I have. It's good. I don't put sugar in my coffee anymore, and that's been a few months now, and so I really can taste the coffee now. I get the gist of the coffee flavor. I still put milk in it. I'm probably not ever going to give that up. But I do notice that by not putting sugar in my coffee, I can taste the coffee flavor, and at first it tasted horrific. Okay, so what am I saying? I'm saying go easy on yourself, go easy on others, have grace for the ones who've done you wrong, and just keep pushing through your drawing blocks, right? Keep pushing through your drawing blocks, because it's only drawing, but I say it in the sense that it's only drawing, but it also can change your life. It can change your life, it can save your life. Drawing has saved my life without a doubt, right? And so that's why, when sometimes I feel like, oh, boo-hoo, people don't sign up for my workshops, or no one signed up, but no one's coming to this event, I had to cancel because no one showed up. At the end of the day, I completely believe in what I'm doing. I completely believe in the power of drawing as a way to calm oneself down, drawing as a way to capture the world around you, drawing as a way to create a meditation, and drawing as a way to preserve as a legacy of your life, right? Now, you know, maybe at the end of my life, all my sketchbooks will go up in the bonfire. I don't know. But what if, like, somebody 100 years from now sees my sketchbooks and they go, wow, look at how life was back then, right? Look at how life was right there, right? So we don't know how it's all going to turn out. But I do like creating a little daily legacy of my life and the scenes that, you know, I'm now in this funky Mexican town, Guanajuato. Everything is up, down, sideways, swirled. It's very funky, right? It's very Alice in Wonderland, and I'm like, my God, what am I doing here? But I'm here to, like, find my way. I'm here to find a path forward. I'm here to learn something, and I'm here to continue to create my business, build my business, and become a better artist. So anyways, there we go. There you have it. Finish big with a heart. Go easy on yourself. Go easy on others. I'm going to have to watch Spinal Tap and see how much I look. I hear Spinal Tap's making a new movie. They're coming back, right? Everything's coming back. So anyways, everyone, keep pushing through your coffee cups. I love seeing it. I love what everyone's doing. Loving the whole coffee cup chat. This is a good coffee cup one because it's also got a saucer. Look at that. Wahoo! All right, everyone, have a great day. Day 6, so we're just cruising through the first week here. Hang in there. It gets easier, and then it gets harder, and then it gets easier, and then it gets harder, and then it gets even harder, but then it gets even easier, and then it gets hilarious, and then it gets, like, even more hilarious, right? And then it's over, and then you can fall down. All right, everyone, have a good day. See you next time. Bye.